Okay, in this video we're going to talk about the segment bisector construction. So segment bisector is what I'm working on. And you're actually going to see this actually does a little bit more than just bisecting the segment. It actually gives us a whole nother line or line segment as well that's really interesting. So it's a kind of a double-edged construction. But the segment bisector, I'm looking for something that cuts this segment in half, right, or divides this segment AB into two congruent parts. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take my compass and I'm going to go to some distance. I'm going to take the point and put it on A, and I want to open my compass up to more than halfway. It doesn't matter how much, as long as it's more than halfway. So I need to look at this and I can say, okay, that's definitely more than halfway. That's what matters. Going too big might make it a little difficult on your page, and going too small, close to halfway, could make it difficult for the construction to work. So I want more than halfway. So now I'm going to make a mark up here with it. I'm actually going to continue that mark all the way down here. Okay? Keeping my compass the same distance, I'm going to go over to point B and I'm going to do the exact same thing with that same distance. And notice these two arcs cross in two places. Now, what I can say is I can take my straight edge, and if I look at this, going from this intersection down to this intersection, okay, I'm going to make a mark right here. Okay? That mark is now my midpoint. Okay? So if I'm asked to find the midpoint, that's how I can find the midpoint. Or the segment bisector, right? That's the midpoint which bisects the segment. But a segment bisector also could be this line segment, right? Or this line right here. Right? So our segment bisector would be that thing there, right? I could find the midpoint by using what I did there where that intersects. And that's the construction, right? If I checked this, I can check my work. I can say, okay, this is a little over 1 3/4 inches, right? This one should be the same thing. Hey, good. That's a good way to check myself, obviously. You check it, kind of a very rough estimate. But that's the segment bisector, right? It's as simple as those two arc marks, and then either finding the midpoint, finding the segment bisector, depending on what they ask of us.